Hi. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how I blow dry my hair because every time I'm styling somebody new in the salon, most of my clients, they know how I blow dry my hair because I do their hair the same way and they all love how it lays. Anyway, whenever I'm doing somebody new, they're always like, oh, that is so cool how you blow dried. It's mainly like this top area right here. It just makes such a huge difference how you blow dry it for how it's going to lay. Anyway, I don't even know if this is going to work with the headphones, but I thought we would give it a try. So I just got out of the shower. I don't have anything in my hair yet. It's just towel dried. I'm going to start with a root boost, and I'm trying out these Launch products right now. So I've been using them for like 2 weeks. So I've used them like twice, but I'm just going to spray this. This is just a little bit of a root pump up here in the top of my hair. And this lighting is like really terrible. I'm sorry. I need to like figure out my bathroom lighting situation because I just have a really small ring light that works in my bathroom. So, okay. So I just have some root pump and I just sprayed it into this whole like crown area. And then I'm going to be using, this is called the Botanical Smoothing Balm, Sorbet. I don't know much about it yet, but it's just a good heat protectant. I like to coat my hair with something that's going to be like, have a little bit of hold in it when I blow it out. And smoothing is good too because I have some natural wave. So I'm just going to run that through my hair. I put it in my hands. I don't know if you saw that, rubbed it together. Hey, Tiff. And now I'm pulling it through my ends. I'm just doing a little blow dry how to. Can you hear me? Will you tell me if this is like working? Can you hear me with the headphones? Let me know if you can. Okay. So once I have that in, I'm going to actually pull this top section out because I'm going to do everything else first. And I'm just going to throw a little clip into it. And then I'm going to blow dry my underneath here. So I'm going to actually do 3 different sections. It's just easiest for me. So, okay. I'm going to come in with my blow dryer. This is the Babyliss, the Rapido. It's a good one. And I hope this works. I mean, I don't know if it's going to even, if you'll even be able to hear me. So this might be a total fail, but we're going to try it. So I come in and I'm just going to lightly finger dry first and get that almost completely dry before I go in with a round brush because it's just so much more work if you try to round brush it from super wet. So I'm just going to get it like 90% dry, just finger drying it. And then I'm going to come in with my round brush. This is like a good medium-sized round brush. And I'm going to come back here and just give a little bit of lift and pull. Hi, Megan. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I was hoping with the headphones it would kind of cancel out some of the blow dryer and you'd be able to hear me. Hopefully it's working. If not, I guess you can just watch. It'll just be a watching instruction. So I'm going to do my whole bottom section like this. Hi, Ashley. All right. Just getting that nice and rounded out on the bottom. Okay, so section 1 done. I use the round brush so I can get like it pretty smooth and like rounded under, which is nice. Okay, hopefully I'm like dying when I watch this. I guess we'll see if you can even hear when my blow dryer is on. If one of you guys wants to comment and let me know if you can even hear what I'm saying when I'm actually blow drying, that'd be awesome. So I just let down section 2. I'm going to just again finger dry this until it's almost dry, and then I'll go in and round brush this as well. Okay, so now that that is almost dry, I'm going to grab my round brush and pick up this next little section. And what I do with the round brush, here, I'll turn this off so you can hear me, is I want to really like over direct this hair up at the root, and then I round brush it over like that with the air going, obviously. But I do that so that I get a nice lift and volume here. So you want to create volume throughout like all of your hair. Just if you want like a more voluptuous look, you want to create volume all the way even down here, not just on the very top. So over direct it up and then pull it over. Next section, get that base really up. And you can see, look how full that's already getting. And it smooths it out so well with the round brush. I like using a wire brush or a boar bristle. I like both, but the wire brush is nice if you have a lot of wave in your hair, because the wire will heat up and it kind of act as like, almost like a flat iron would. It will like smooth it with the metal as the metal warms up. Okay, so the back section of my hair, the tricky part about round brushing is how to hold the brush. So on the back section, I'm gonna come in from this side and kind of just get it under there like that. And then again, blow dry the base of it up. I hope you guys can see this. And then just get it nice and dry by rolling it over the round brush. Base. And then roll it. Now coming out to this side. Little arm crossing trickery here. Can get a little tricky. Get that base nice and dry and that upward, and then roll the hair. Okay. This side's kind of doing a little flip out, so I'm just going to go in and reheat that one and get it going under. Okay, now for the top section. Ooh, feels good. I'm going to come in and again kind of dry this so that it's like 90% dry. And I'm actually going to come in with a flat paddle brush for this part, for my bangs, because I don't want them to be like super rounded. I want them to be like more flat. But the trick for the top section is that like this whole mohawk section, since I do more of like a middle part, I'm going to blow dry this all forward. And that way, when I split it, I get like a nice lift. So I'll show you how I do that. Just going to start by combing this. And I just really want the very front pieces first. So I'm going to come in with my blow dryer and kind of start getting that a little bit dry, just forward. And then I'm going to take my brush up under that, kind of like the round brush, and really just bevel it forward. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just a small layer, and I'm just getting it kind of lifted right at the root a tiny bit. So it's almost like I'm drying it up and then forward. And then I'm just going to kind of dry it this way across my face and get those roots really drying in like a forward. And then I'm going to come this way. And then I'm going to come up under here again and just really get this whole mohawk section dried forward, especially at the base. And that's where we have that root pump too. And so the heat from the blow dryer is going to really help activate that. And I am like super thick up here. This part always takes me a really long time, so bear with me. We're just going to keep drying it all forward. Sorry, got a little phone call. Continue on here. Sometimes I have to take an arm break because I'm dying. It's like blow drying, you have to like be in good shape for. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so now my roots are pretty much dry. I'm going to kind of go in and do little sections with my ends to get them nice and smooth. And you can either use your flat brush or your round brush that you've already been using. I'm going to use the flat brush. I like the round brush for the bottom sections just to get those like laying nice, but I like the flat brush for the top. So I've already done this first little layer. Now I'm going to take this second layer with my flat brush here and blow dry this all forward. And you don't like necessarily want to add your sections together. You want to keep them separated so you can get lift on each section. So you can see I'm not picking up like that first layer I already blow dried. I'm letting that one just stay down and I'm just picking up this second section. Okay. So that is dry. Whew. I'm going to come in and pick up my next section. And you can kind of like push it to one side or the other so you can see what you're doing. Okay, so here's my next section on top. I'm gonna get, so you can see like, let's see how thick that is. It's like, I don't know, like a 1 inch section. And then again, you're gonna blow dry it forward. So I'm gonna get my flat brush and come in with my blow dryer and just start blow drying this forward. And you wanna really bevel the root. So I'm like giving it like almost like a backwards push there at the root and just giving it like a little bit of lift, like back and then forward. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of feel how these are. Feels pretty dry. Okay. So now I'm on to my next section here on top. Just gonna pick up another inch or so of hair and blow dry all of this forward. So you kind of get the gist. I'm just going in little sections and blow drying this whole mohawk top section forward. Dang it. Okay, my blow dryer cord just keeps getting caught on my drawer down there, my drawer knob. Okay, let me just pull this over. Okay, here we go again. This is like our last little section up top. And I want to over direct this one forward too. That's going to give this so much lift when we push it back. Like you're going to get so much lift right here at the crown where we want it, where we want our volume. So this is like the best way to get all that volume on top. It's kind of annoying to have your hair in your face, but usually doesn't take quite as long. I don't normally turn my blow dryer off in between sections. I'm just trying to really show you guys what I'm doing here. So really get that root blow dried forward. Okay, and then I just kind of make sure I get all those sides dry, so I'm just going to pull it all forward. Because, you know, a couple of like little pieces fell out as I was doing that, so I just want to make sure that they get dried too. So just for the last minute or so, just kind of blow dry everything forward. I'm going to come back under on my bottom piece. Just all of it under. Okay. Now, I'm going to let this sit for a minute and cool off because it's quite hot. So, I'm sure I look so amazing right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to let that cool off. It's still pretty warm, so give me a sec. And then once that's cooled, I'll go in with my brush and separate it. Okay. So it's pretty cooled off. I'm just going to come in here and brush it backwards and then kind of find where I want my part. Boom. And look at that. Look at all that volume you get from that forward blow dry. You can do that with a round brush too. You'll get more of like a rounded look with it. But yeah, voila. That's how I blow dry. I'm like sweating now. Caution, don't blow dry in the middle of the day in the summer. But anyway, here I'm going to pull my headphones out. Hopefully you guys were even able to hear that. So at this point you can either leave it like this, like it's pretty cute, depending on how much curl you have. Like, I don't know, when you round brush you can pull out most wave in your hair. But you can either leave it like that or you can go in with a flat iron, and I just kind of follow the same pattern. So I would flat iron everything under. I'm gonna just leave mine, I think, but you would flat iron everything under, like in that same pattern. And then on the top mohawk section, you would, again, just bevel everything forward and flat iron it forward. But ta-da, fancily blow-dried hair. And if you are going to use a flat iron second, make sure you're using like a heat shield, just something that you like spray on your hair before you go in and put the iron on. But hopefully that's helpful to some of you. I know blow drying your hair can be like, a lot of people just tip their head upside down and just blow dry every which way, but that's going to create a lot more work for you after. And this is going to give you like really good body that will last you for a few days. So if you like to go a couple of days between washes, which who doesn't, right? This will help. So that's just kind of the pattern I use. You can do the whole thing with a flat brush. You can do the whole thing with a round brush, but just kind of, you know, do that bottom section, and then on this top section, get it all coming forward. And if you're a side parter, like if you part over on the side here, you're gonna do, because you blow dry all of this, or because you pull all this hair to this side, when you're blow drying your top section, you're gonna pull it all to this side, like, and kind of blow dry it at a forward diagonal this way. And that way, once you let it cool and you flip it back this way, you have like a ton of lift. So I'm kind of a middle parter, so I do it more down the middle and just pull everything forward. But if you're a side parter, pull it to the opposite direction of the way that you part. Anyway, okay, well, if you have any questions, type them in the comments. I'll go back through and answer questions later. If you're watching this on a replay, give me a hashtag replay so I can see who saw it. Otherwise, have a lovely day. I might hop back on in a few minutes and do my makeup, so stay tuned. See you guys.